Hi, my name is James McCreath and I'm a barrister at Wilberforce Chambers in London. I'm really excited to be speaking at this year's Bond Solon Annual Expert Witness Conference. My talk is going to be about the importance for experts of being familiar with and responsible for the content of their expert reports and the consequences for their clients, but also the experts personally if they fail to be so. The inspiration behind the talk is a case that I did last year, the so-called Moss case, which you may have read about in the press. My clients had bought a property in Notting Hill, which turned out to be infested with moths, and they sued to set aside the sale on the basis of fraud. One of the issues was the cost of works necessary to eradicate the moths problem, and so both sides called expert quantity surveying evidence. I cross-examined the defendant's expert, who was a well-known expert, a high-profile expert, who at the time of the trial was the president-elect of RICS, and by the time of judgment had become president of RICS. The judge was not impressed with his evidence. The very first reason he gave for rejecting it was that he concluded that the expert was not sufficiently familiar with the contents of his report. The judge concluded that that report was the work largely of his team, and the expert had not sufficiently familiarised himself with it. That had implications, of course, for his client because his evidence was rejected, but it also had serious implications for the expert himself personally. The ensuing furore required him to stand aside as president of RICS, pending an investigation into his conduct. Now, experts relying on their teams like this, or on the views of others, is hardly a new problem. Indeed, it's an age-old problem. But it's a problem that we're already seeing a very modern twist to, as AI becomes more and more prevalent in all walks of life, including expert work. The aim of my talk is going to be to guide you through the difficulties in this area, to help you identify the best practice that courts expect to see, and to be aware of the consequences if you as an expert fail to take proper responsibility for your evidence. So I hope that will be really helpful to you, particularly, as I say, in the new world in which AI is becoming more and more prevalent. And I very much hope to see you on the 7th of November.